So for the curtido, I'm using 1 head of fresh cabbage, and I am going to thinly slice this or shred it. Ultimately, you will need around 1 pound of thinly sliced cabbage. I'm also going to shred these 2 carrots. These are 2 medium-sized carrots, and I have half of a red onion that I'm going to thinly slice. Okay, so for the pickling liquid, I am going to bring 2 cups of water to a boil. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of salt. And I'm just going to mix the salt, combine it with the water until it dissolves. Now that the water is boiling, I'm going to shut off the heat. And I'm going to add 2/3 cup of white distilled vinegar. If you have apple cider vinegar, I use that sometimes. It just depends what you have. Now, if you can get your hands on pineapple vinegar, that works as well. Okay, so my cabbage is thinly shredded, and I gave it a really good rinse in cold water and drained the water. Thinly sliced onion, I'm going to add that. I probably should have used a larger bowl. We'll make it work. 2 shredded carrots going in. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of Mexican oregano right in. And you could pre-mix it. I'm just going to go for it and pour my hot liquid, pickling liquid, all over the ingredients. Now you're going to give it a really good mix. Okay, so this is combined and mixed, and as it sets, that salted pickling brine is going to draw out even more moisture from the ingredients, so there will be more liquid that collects into this bowl. I'm going to actually leave it in this bowl. Sometimes I like to jar it up and put it in the fridge, but I'm just going to cover it with a lid and just let it hang out on the counter for about an hour or so, and then I'll put it in the refrigerator to store for later use. And to make this spicy, you could also add 1 jalapeno or serrano pepper, pierce it, and add it right into your curtido, and that will give you, a spicier option. But I'm just going to let this hang out on the countertop, and that is it. Okay, so now I'm going to start making the bean puree or the bean filling part of what I'm going to use for the pupusas today. So here I have some leftover black beans, but I have probably 1.5 cups to 2 cups of beans. I'm going to use half of this onion. Well, actually this is half of an onion, so I'm going to use this half of onion. This is a 1/4 section of a fresh green bell pepper and 1 small Roma tomato. I'm going to chop that up and puree it all together with the beans, and then I'm going to cook out the moisture and create basically a bean paste. Okay, so I'm going to use my food processor, and I'll tell you what I'm going to add. I've already chopped my tomato, bell pepper, and onion. It's going right in. If you want to add a clove of garlic, you can do that, but my beans actually had cloves of garlic when I boiled it. So now I'm going to add my black beans. By the way, if you've got red beans, pinto beans, use what you have. I have a lot of black beans, so that's why I decided to do black beans today. And because I don't have a lot of liquid, I'm going to add just 1/4 cup of water to this. You could also add chicken broth. Okay, so I have my pan preheating over medium heat. I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. Maybe just 2 tablespoons would have worked. And now I'm going to pour in my bean puree. Okay, before I continue, I'm going to add salt to taste. The black beans that I made the other day, I did not really add salt to taste. I did season them, but just without salt, so I will add the salt to this puree. And you can season your beans how you like. if you want to add some dried spices or seasonings. I mean, what I'm doing today is just feeding my family. So black beans, I don't think are a traditional or authentic filling for pupusas. Maybe something like red bean, a certain type of bean, but this is what I've got today, and I'm sorry, I like pupusas, and I like to fill them with what I've got in the kitchen. So I'm just going to continue cooking this, stirring it until it, basically the moisture is almost gone and it's thick and paste-like. Okay, so my beans are done. I'm going to shut off the heat and I'm going to allow them to cool completely before I add the cheese and get ready to make the pupusas. Now that my beans are completely cooled, I'm going to add shredded cheese. This is a 10 ounce, well, not a block, but a ball, but it was 10 ounces of Oaxaca cheese that I grated. You could use mozzarella, low moisture mozzarella. Use what you have. Sometimes I just use whatever shredded cheese I have in the fridge. Now I'm just going to give this a mix. And this is the bean and cheese filling for my pupusas. Okay, now I'm going to work on my dough or my masa for the pupusas. So what I'm gonna do is use around 4 cups of this. So about a pound of instant corn flour for masa. This is not cornmeal. It's prepared completely different. The typical brand I normally use is Masa, but I'm trying something new today. We'll see how that goes. So now I'm going to add salt. Just a tablespoon of oil. And then warm water. Okay, so one thing I noticed with using this brand is that I feel like I used less water. So right now my dough is right where I want it. So it's kind of like that Play-Doh consistency where it goes through your hands. And even though it's sticking to my hands, the longer it sets here, it's going to allow the water to really soak into your dough. So it will start drying a bit more, so it'll be less tacky. So I'm just gonna let this hang out for about 15-20 minutes and get things ready so I can start cooking these. And I'm gonna probably cover this so it doesn't lose too much moisture and dry out. Okay, so I am ready to start assembling the pupusas. Here I have water with a 1/4 cup of oil mixed into it. I'll dip my hands before handling the dough. Here's my filling and a baking sheet lined with wax paper just to put the pre-made pupusas on. And actually, if you're going to make all of them, you want to layer like maybe 2 pupusas, a piece of wax paper, because they will stick together. You can't stack them on top of each other. Okay, dipping my hands into the oil, I'm going to get some of my dough, and you make a well in the center. I just like to press it with my thumbs. And then you get your filling and kind of squeeze it into a ball. And I eyeball a lot of things, which is why sometimes my filling comes out of the pupusa, which I don't mind at all, actually. And then you just enclose the filling with the masa, kind of press it, and then take off that extra on the top. And then you just pat it into a flat circular disc. Okay, and there is my first pupusa. So I'm just going to repeat the process And you could just put it right onto your preheated griddle, but I'm going to go ahead and make these first and then start cooking them. There we go. Okay, so here are all of my pupusas. I managed to get 13 out of what I did today. And I did make them a little bit larger than my palm, which is probably why I got 13. But when I usually make them smaller, I can get somewhere between 18 to 20. So it really does depend the ratio of masa to filling that you use. Okay, so I'm using my griddle, my electric griddle. You could use a pan on the stove, it all works. So I have it preheating, and I set it somewhere between 300 and 350. I don't want it too high, but it is preheated, so I'm just putting a little bit of oil on here. And I'm gonna put probably around 6 of these on this griddle. And I like to dip my hand in the water oil and just kind of decide that I'm gonna put down. There we go. Okay, so I put 5 of them on my griddle. I'm just going to let these cook on each side, and when I start seeing it bubble and kind of steam on the inside and sort of move and rise, that's a good indication that the inside is cooked. As you can see, it's starting to kind of move and puff up. And over here, this kind of cracked on the side, that is a good indication that the inside is cooking. So probably another minute, and I'm going to take these off the griddle and just continue the process. Here are my pupusas, and here is the curtido after 6 hours. But definitely, for best results, make it at least 24 hours before you are going to consume it. I'm gonna add some salsa. Let's see if I can get the perfect bite. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.